fine weapon, one needs heat. One must use fire to forge the blade and destroy their enemies. One must purge the weapon and watch its fall. One needs heat. One must use fire to forge the blade and destroy their enemies. Purge the weapon and watch its falls. For the fine weapon, one needs heat. One must use fire to forge the blade and destroy their enemies. The weapon and watch its fall. For the fine weapon, one needs heat. One must use fire to forge the blade and destroy their enemies. One must purge the weapon and watch its fall. For the fine weapon, one needs heat. Use fire to forge the blade and destroy their enemies. One needs heat. One must use fire to forge the blade and destroy their enemies. Finally, one must purge the weapon with water scrolls. One needs heat. One must use fire to forge the blade and destroy their enemies. One must purge the weapon with water scrolls. What have I become? There can be no forgiveness for what I've done. But speak to me before you leave this chamber, and I will try to right the wrongs I've committed. It's over. Thank you. We took Nalia. You have to save her. I hope it's not too late. I can't. There's no time. Look to the pillars. You have to look to the pillars for the key. No time. My spirit fades. Look for the faces on the stone pillars. When you reach Nalia's prison, you will see. You will understand.
Thank you for freeing me. I was sure I would die here in this cold, wet pit. They handed me over to the Nereids. My own people. A sacrifice to Shada, they called it. My life. I could feel it slipping away. I don't know how much longer I could have lasted. The Nereids call her Shada. When they drank the water, Klaus and the others became her thralls. They thought they could serve her by sacrificing me. She's the Nereid queen, or leader, or whatever it is the Nereids have. It sounded like she is the one responsible for the cursed water. That's why all the undead in here worship her. They drank the water and became her thralls. There's a Nereid in a nearby chamber. The others called her a daughter of Shada. She is the one corrupting the waters in this wing. I don't know about the rest of the temple, though. Perhaps there are other daughters of Shada.
You found her. She's okay, isn't she? I can't believe Klaus and the others would have done this. This is all because of the water. I know, but still, it's so terrible. Whatever the source of this curse, you must find a way to end it. I will take Nalia back to the main camp. Thank you for helping us.
The waters must remain blessed. Shada wills it.
don't like your odds.
Throw you around like that.
Don't panic! We can do this!
one craves magic, but you have stopped him from gathering it. For now. The Serpent uses these crystals to siphon the Mage's power for his own use, and to gather a stronger hold over her aspects. When the Serpent shattered the Mage, incredible magicka was released. I am the echo of that shattering. I appear to you now because of the power concentrated in this place, but I will soon cease to be. For the moment, but I have no doubt the Serpent will continue to try to gain control of the Mage's magicka, just as he continues to try to gain control of her aspects.
Doubt the Ankara and their guardians will try to stop me. Be ready. Making it very hard to concentrate. How long it will hold, but the Ankara will not be able to rise in this place, for now.
I will start the ritual. No doubt the Ankara and their guardians will try to stop me. Be ready.
Alright, don't cry for mummy.
Very hard to concentrate.
heard that.
The ritual is complete. Thank you. I don't know how long it'll hold, but the Ankara will not be able to rise in this place for now. The Ankara seem to be coming from buried. I will start the ritual. No doubt the Ankara and their guardians will try to stop me. Be ready.
I really don't like your odds.
Making it very hard to concentrate. The ritual is complete. Thank you. I don't know how long it'll hold, but the Ankara will not be able to rise in this place for now.
at this. Oh, I probably shouldn't be proud of that. Your odds. Get back, you fetcher! fight the mummy.
I can't believe it. So many dead. Our whole city in ruins. All because of those damned mages. Please, you have to help us. See for yourself. Ever since the head mage of Elenhir, Yamanako, sealed herself in the Apex Tower, the Blackcaster mages have run wild in the streets. They're killing everyone, even each other. I don't know. Some kind of spell? I'm no mage, just a butcher with a shop in the market square. Minerva Lizon's the only mage in the city that isn't madder than an elf on hissed sap. She's in the sewer works, helping the survivors escape. So many people from all over Tamriel called Elenhir home. Every morning, the magic students gathered in the city center to practice their spells. I'd open my butcher's stall while dazzling beams of light and color cut through the morning air. If it will help you free Elenhir from the grip of the mad mages, I am happy to answer. Elenhir was the oldest city in Craglorn, and the only home I've ever known. It wasn't easy settling out here, especially before the trade road. That's why the founders of the city welcomed the Blackcaster mages. Craglorn is the sort of place you go to when you don't want to be anywhere else. The people who come here want independence more than anything. The arrangement we had with the mages was mutually beneficial. The Blackcaster mages protected Elenhir against the dangers of Craglorn. With the iron orcs in the hills and bandits everywhere, the people of Elenhir looked to the mages to keep them safe. In exchange, we supported them and their studies. The Blackcaster mages operated independently of the Mages Guild. Craglorn attracts a certain type of person, you see. The kind that want to get away from the rest of the world. Still, the Blackcasters never caused any trouble. Until now. Minerva was one of Archmage Yamanako's apprentices, but when the others went bad, she didn't. I can't imagine how many people would have died if Minerva hadn't intervened.
Behave yourself. These people have suffered enough. I won't let any more harm come to them.
Help me. You were one of them? Mages like you destroyed our city.
Minerva had no part in this. She's only tried to help us, Ruthenian. Your fight isn't with her.
No, she's right. I didn't help the Blackcasters, but I didn't stop them either. I must accept some of the blame. I haven't seen you before. Who are you? How did you get in here? I warn you, if you intend to harm these people, you will have to answer to me. You're here to help? That means Fights with Tail must have escaped. You have no idea how relieved I am to hear that. Listen, the city won't be safe until the Blackcaster mages and their leader, Archmage Yamanako, are defeated. They're an ancient order of mages, sworn to protect Elenhir. But they turned. They hunted and killed every other mage in the city, harvesting the magicka from them. Everyone else was just in the way. Yamanako is their leader. Defeating her should bring the others to their senses. But her tower is warded, protected by strange Nedic devices in each of her apprentices' towers. You need to destroy these devices to reach Yamanako. The devices are guarded by Yamanako's apprentices, Lita and Avi's, in their towers. Once you've destroyed the devices and weakened the ward, I'll meet you at the base of Yamanako's tower to finish breaking the spell. The city lies in ruins, and the Blackcaster mages run rampant over the corpses of the dead. Every moment that Yamanako continues to draw breath is a moment wasted. But I understand. This situation is far from normal. That's a long story. The short of it is, we made a deal. A man approached us, promising us knowledge of ancient Nedic magics. Our towers are Nedic in origin, but we knew little about them, so we accepted. I was Yamanako's third apprentice. I realized, too late, that the deal we made would be our undoing. The spell we were taught was pure savagery, and the cost was too high. I tried to get as many people out of the city as I could. We told him the location of the Celestial Mage's Apex Stone. With that information, his master, the Celestial Serpent, was able to corrupt the mage and turn her against Craglorn. I can never atone for what we did. I can only hope to stop Yamanako. Yamanako was my master. I learned everything I know about magic from her, including the dangers of temptation and too much power. I should have stopped her when I saw what was happening, but I was afraid. When the mage Felix Blackcaster first came to Ellenhere, it was a struggling settlement. He promised protection and prosperity in exchange for establishing a magic school. It was an arrangement that served the city well for hundreds of years. It was ordinary by magical standards. In spite of what the Mages Guild might say, we were not renegades. I still don't fully understand what drove Yamanako to this madness.
She does not arouse from her slumber. What did this one mean?
bigger bites than you, little morsel. So much delicious magica, sweeter than moon sugar pastries.
Archmage Yamanoko is in this tower. We call it the Apex Tower. The Archmages of Ellen have occupied it for centuries. It was our duty to protect the city. Instead, we leave a legacy of destruction. Good. Then this barrier is Yamanoko's last defense. It should be weak enough for me to break now. I'm afraid it will still take a great deal of my strength, however, so you will have to face Yamanoko alone. Be careful with the Archmage. Yamanoko was powerful even before she learned the Serpent's wicked trick. She's only grown more powerful since, stealing magicka from her fellow mages and immersing herself in unspeakable rituals. 1 second. I think I can make a crack in the ward. That's it. The ward is no more. That took everything I had.
I should have eaten Minerva's soul first. I will fix that mistake when I'm done with you.
Things were too easy
Come
today.
closer. Time for this one to feast. be defeated.
I'm relieved that the city is safe, but I can't say I'm glad that Yamanuko's gone. She taught me everything I know about magic. She always warned me about the temptations of power. For her to fall like this... I suspect it will be a long time before the people of Elenhir trust mages again, and with good reason. The city is in ruins, and it's our fault. I'll seal off the mage towers and help rebuild the city. If they'll let me, that is. Wait! I'll open a portal so you can get out of the city. That should send you to the refugees outside of the city. I'm going to help the rest of the civilians in Elenhir to escape. Thank you for your help.
I hear you defeated Yamanako and her apprentices. It will take a long while for the city to get back to normal, but at least it's our city once more.
You betcha! I think I'm getting good at this. I probably shouldn't be proud of that.
This just won't do at all.
You. My sister Gabrielle told me about you. She said danger doesn't faze you. Good. See that large staff sticking out of the ground? It's emitting magical energy at unprecedented levels. If we don't stop it, it'll explode. Some sort of celestial object. A few of the locals call it the Mage's Staff. They say it fell from above just before the constellations vanished. It's extremely volatile, and every magic-addicted sorcerer and atronach in the region is drawn to it. We need to find a way inside, to the core, but getting in will require an unprecedented amount of magical energy. When the staff hit, pieces broke off into elemental shards. Take these focusing crystals. Each one can absorb one type of elemental infusion from a shard. Bring one infusion of each type to me, and I'll combine them to open a portal into the staff. Be warned, though. The spell fiends are drawn to the elemental shards. You will be unable to harvest an elemental infusion from a shard until the spell fiends are defeated. After the fiends are dead, you will only have a brief window in which to harvest the elemental infusion. Quickly. If the staff explodes, it has enough power to turn all of Craglorn into a crater. Collect all 3 elemental infusions and bring them to me. Then we can force our way into the staff and stop the explosion. I know. We aren't very much alike. But as much as it pains me to admit it, under that vapid exterior is a very capable mage. I was in Craglorn when this thing hit, so the Mages Guild sent me to investigate. We are dealing with magic of a whole different order than any of us are used to. If this really is the Mage's Staff, then only infusions of energy from its own shards can break its wards. I only hope that we can find a way to contain it once inside. You have the energy. Good. You have the energy. I created magic foci to receive each element. I created magic foci to receive each element. I'll meet you inside. What is this place? It's like some other plane inside this object. Where are we? Oblivion? Aetherius? There's the core on the far side of these floating islands. We have to stop it from overloading. Now, how are we going to get over there? I could use some help! Interesting. It looks like it's possible to cross between the islands. This is such a strange place. You never know what's going to happen next.
Doing here? No one is supposed to enter here. Are you another of the Serpent's slaves? Go away!
Seems like there's some kind of guardian here. She's so far gone she doesn't realize how
Problem,
bad the core's
Sarah?
gotten.
I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
You will not live long, intruders.
Onward and inward.
We are ensnared in the same web, you and I. But you cannot even see your bonds.
I came to Craglorn to get away from dire end-of-the-world situations.
Continue on, little ones. You will not escape my wrath.
Let's hope we're not too late. I can do anything with these floating rocks. I read a story once about Archmage Shalador fashioning a bridge out of pieces of shattered glass. This requires much less effort. It looks like I'll be able to contain the core once these crystals are disconnected. The core is releasing a lot of magicka. We need to be careful, especially when I disconnect the crystals. Magicka will pour out when I disconnect the crystal. You'll need to defend me, or we won't be able to finish.
This is a fight now.
This won't take long.
They're coming for us.
Thanks for clearing the way. Barrier around the core. Wish me luck. We did it. We sealed the core. Give me a minute to catch my breath. All right, all better. Let's get going. You've done well. Craglorn is safe for now. I will remain behind in case this place becomes unstable again. I hope not, but we can never be too cautious. In the meantime, I will take samples of the staff to the Mages Guild for study. Thank you
It's a
again.
quick study.
I should check in at the Mages Guild and give my report. We can determine how we want to handle the staff from there. Roll if you can!
But now I'm going to.
Should fetch a fair fetching price.
I can't tell you how relieved I am to find you. I'm Ibrula, a friend of the Stargazers. I'm trying to gain entry to this temple, but the Celestial Warriors' army of Ankara have sealed the door. I need help to get past them and disable the seals. I believe the temple holds the secret to ending the celestial threat. A vast library called the Seeker's Archive waits inside. I visited it before, looking for answers to impossible questions. But since the Ankara appeared, the way is sealed. The temple door can be opened by activating beams in the surrounding ruins. We need to find the source of the beams and activate them to open the door. But we must be careful, as powerful Ankara surely guard these locations. We must find a way to defeat the Ankara and activate the beams that open the temple door. Then we can enter the Seeker's archive and find the knowledge to defeat the Celestials. I can't promise that my answers will satisfy. Craglorn has always been a harsh place and desolate. Much of Craglorn's history has long since passed into myth. That is one of the questions I hoped to answer within. They appear to be neither living nor dead, but not exactly undead either. Cursed. It's said that the Celestial Warrior controls them, but I sense that's only part of the story. This temple is a good example. The Ankara crawled out of the ground all around it and started guarding it as if, well, as if they were just picking up where they left off when they died. I believe they are deeply connected to Craglorn somehow. The Seeker's Archive is another of Craglorn's many mysteries. An astonishing library, left mostly untouched for centuries, built by unknown hands. The temple atop the library is Yokuden in origin, but some of the books predate even the Yokudens. Call it chance or fate. I was once a stargazer, searching the stars for signs and prophecies. Little did I realize that the knowledge I sought was not in the sky above, but in the ground below.
Alright, but don't cry for Mummy.
Look, the seal activated one of the beams. We should find the other seals.
What is that terrible smell?
Roll! Roll if you can! To the side! Go around! Quick! Drink a magic potion!
The way the Ankara guard these seals, I wonder if they put them here to begin with.
9 times out of 10, the cities are right.
Set it ablaze! intruders!
Be careful. Who knows what has awoken inside since the Celestials appeared? Now that we're inside the temple, there's something I must tell you. The Seeker's Archive holds vast reserves of secret knowledge. But I didn't tell you the reason for this. The Seeker's Archive is no ordinary library. It's actually a shrine to Hermaeus Mora, the Daedric Lord of Knowledge. Yes, it was built centuries ago, long before the Yokudans came to Hammerfell. I've been visiting the shrine for several years now, offering relics to Hermaeus Mora in exchange for secret knowledge. I'm sorry, but I wasn't sure you would help me if you knew. Not everyone has an open mind where Daedric princes are concerned. But I do seek knowledge to defeat the Celestials. That much is true. I believe Hermaeus Mora can provide that knowledge. The followers of Hermaeus Mora who worshipped here were called Seekers. The Seekers brought gifts to the shrine, and the Daedric prince rewarded them with secret knowledge. I carry a relic from the Dragontail Mountains for just such a purpose. I do what I must. Hermaeus Mora is not like other Daedra. He may seem cruel at times, but he's not irrational. He's only interested in knowledge. If bringing him gifts will save Craglorn from the Celestials, then so be it. Hermaeus Mora's shrine waits down below. It seems he has summoned Daedra to protect the shrine since the Celestials appeared. Be careful. The Lord of Knowledge, the Prince of Secrets. We're nearly there.
This could get dicey.
Prince of Fate, Lord of Secrets. Your seeker, Ibrula, has returned to you.
Approach me, Seeker.
Your offering, my lord. A relic from the Dragontail Mountains, covered in runes of an unknown language.
Your gift is accepted. Tell your companions to approach me.
Hermaeus Mora wants to speak with you. Approach his statue. Hermaeus Mora is waiting to speak to you. Just approach his shrine and listen to what he has to say.
I am the answer to all questions, and the question behind every answer. No need to introduce yourself. Your name is already recorded in my realm of Apocrypha. I know everything. You have come to my shrine because the stars have fallen to Tamriel. You want to know how to defeat them. I can. But knowledge must never be given freely. A price must be paid. Part of the cost was bringing my servant Ibrula back to me. But you will pay much more if you want to learn all that I know about the Celestials. Then listen closely, as I will not repeat myself. The Celestial Warriors' army of Ankara was created centuries ago by the Yakudan general Tarish Z. He came to me to learn how to bind his army to him, even in death. I granted his wish. His offering pleased me. He built the temple above this shrine and promised that his army would defend it. The Ankara have risen, which means Tarish Z has risen as well. They are bound to him. To defeat them, you must defeat him. All I have told you is all you have earned. If you wish to know more, you must become my eyes and ears in Craglorn. You must bring me fresh knowledge to feast upon. I hunger for lost bits of lore. I thirst for new knowledge to add to my coffers. Bring your offerings to me. If I find them acceptable, I will return their worth in the knowledge you seek.
I am sorry for the deception. I was uncomfortable dealing with the Daedric Prince. And I admit it. I was afraid. I have since embraced my role. Hermaeus Mora's curiosity is insatiable, but his knowledge reaches beyond mortal understanding. I will continue my quest to find relics for my master and acquire the knowledge to defeat the Celestials. You might do the same. If you find curious relics from Craglorn's lost history, bring them here, and Hermaeus Mora will reward you.
Be ready. I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to. hard to concentrate.
Get back, you betcha!
The ritual is complete. Thank you. I don't know how long it will hold, but the Ankara will not be able to rise in this place. For now.
First they beat me bloody, then the little goats come to play. Outsiders sniffing around our valley like hungry little goats. But this is Osh Ornum land, little goat. Iron Orc land. Away, little goat, or Lashbor will use its bones to pick our... Ah! Flint and blood, don't make me yell. It hurts too much. The little goat asks questions, but it is not in its place to speak to an Iron Orc like that. Sometimes, the knife doesn't choose the hand it winds up in, or so the elders say. Will the little goat be my hand? Strike blood for blood in Lashbor's name. It understands. The scaled cord invades our valley, tricks our chief with false promises. And it's all because of the liar Agenor. Burn their standards, kill Agenor, and mount his helmet on a pike. Do this, little goat, and the stones will sing. Little goat is still here? Why? Little goat has work to do. Don't come back until the task is done. Little goat keeps talking while that Grelnim's head is still attached to his shoulders. Oh, very well, little goat. Ask its questions. I was stripped of my rank, beaten and banished from the clan. And it was all because of the lies that Agenor told to Chief Brodath. The rocks warned me, but I didn't listen. And now Lashbor is shaman no more. The young Tusk convinced our Goltraga, our chief, that the rocks welcomed the snake herders. He filled Brodath's ears with a Muram's greed and turned our chief against me. It wasn't long before I was sentenced to the death of Sun and Feathers. Does the little goat know nothing? Lashbor was nailed to the stone and cut once for each of the 10 Iron Oaths. Then the sun burned, and the crows gathered. A proper death for liars and traitors. For a faithful shaman? Not so much. The rock provides. I killed 2 tribe mates. 2 Ornum for a chance at Krunzarga. Revenge. Now go, little goat. Feed Agonor's blood to the stones in Lashbor's name. Everything, little goat. Everything. The scaled court marched into our valley. Honeyed words dripped from their tongues, but it was really venom. They poisoned our chief with their lies and their promises. And when I objected, I was cast out. Why wouldn't they? We are strong. We know the secret ways of body ink and metal. And the Snake Herders' leader, Regent Cassipia, has plans for what the Iron Orcs can provide. They even gave Brodath a seat at their table. They gave our chief one of their funny snake names. Made him a leader in the Scaled Court. All so the Iron Orcs would follow the Serpent's orders. Now Chief Brodath is the Ophidian Exarch of undulating destruction. And Lashbur is nothing. Are you lost in the goat?
Fight metal.
Scream when my fire... Stones and steel protect me! You cannot defeat Agonor! The stones will not allow it! Has the little goat finished its work? The little goat honors the stones with Agonor's blood. I will see the Scaled Court destroyed as well. This Lashbur swears. Little goat, it has my thanks. Steel for its enemies, blood for its tribe.
Tired of walking anyway.
Careful. I erect the spine of warning. Stay back. It's dangerous out here. You should keep moving. These ruins are crawling with Iron Orcs. They beat the sap out of us and dragged off half my guards. Iron Orcs have always been dangerous, but now... I just don't know. We were transporting goods when the Iron Orcs attacked. Came out of nowhere, even dragged away a number of our guards. And they never do that. We've been talking about trying to rescue them, but we're in no condition to fight. Into the Valley of Scars, but they may as well have gone to Secunda. The valley's a fortress. Still, you look tougher than a 5-legged Wamasu. Save my guards if you can. If you can't, bring back something we can give to their families. We'll calm the water here for a while longer, and mend what wounds we can. Return after you've found my missing guards, and I'll pay you for your trouble. Earning a living. There's gold to be made out here, as long as you have the courage and commitment to deal with all this celestial nonsense. I was leading a caravan through the region when the Iron Orcs attacked. Took us completely by surprise. Harder than some, but you need to follow opportunities as they present themselves. That's how those Dragonstar caravan thugs do it. Usually, we finish our runs with a few cuts and bruises between us, but not this time.
I refuse to be troll food. You... Wait. You're not an Iron Orc. You've got to help us. The Butcher is feeding our people to his trolls. Hurry! Up the hill. He's feeding my companions to the trolls. Scattered leaves? Oh, I knew I liked that lizard for a reason. I thought we were in trouble when the Iron Orcs dragged us away, but I never imagined we'd wind up as troll food. The Iron Orcs that captured us told us all about their leader, called him Gulzog the Butcher, said he was going to feed us to his trolls. We thought they were just trying to scare us, but then we heard the screams and the crunching sounds. Somebody had to. I was next in line to get dragged up the hill, and I wasn't going to let that happen. I'll make my way back to Scattered Leaves. I don't think anyone else survived. But if you could take care of the Butcher, oh, I know I'll sleep easier.
More meat for the trolls!
Greta just returned, but she was too shaken up to say very much. What did you find? Fed them to... But why would... Those scaleless savages... I swear on the Hist, we'll sun ourselves with vengeance before we depart. Thank you for trying to save them, and for bringing us their badges. Their families will appreciate the gesture.
I can't believe they ate our friends. What kind of monsters would do something like that? I mean, other than Iron Orcs and Trolls, that is. I'm embarrassed to say it, but you did what we couldn't. For that, you have my gratitude.
Better to know what happened than never know for sure, right? That's what Kamari always said. I miss her so much. I hope you're watching.
Your name is spoken with a mixture of fear and respect among the Scaled Court. I know what you have accomplished against my former comrades. Now I need your help to undo what those fools have done. While exploring this section of the city, we came across strange runic circles. I realized what they were, but before I could stop them, the fools disrupted the wards. Do you understand? They were prisons, and now the creatures have been released. That's terrible. The Need sealed those creatures away for a reason. The texts I discovered gave me an understanding of the wards. I need to try to replicate them, but I can't do it alone. Will you keep the creatures at bay while I cast the spell? I knew I could count on you. The smaller creatures should pose little threat, but be warned. One of the fell beasts is of immense size. It slaughtered half my former companions before I escaped. I'll follow you inside after you clear the way. Former member. I won't deny my involvement. Their beliefs and mine were once aligned. This era we live in, it's diseased, contemptuous. A change would be welcome. Still, what the court is doing, this is not the way. No, not the way you would think. I believed in the idea of the serpent. He was the symbol of our cause. But the being that has appeared before us, he's a deceiver. The others are just too blind to see it. I have learned much about the Needs. They experimented on living creatures, such as the ones you will encounter within. They imbued them with incredible power. But what if these were the failed experiments? What would a success look like, I wonder? Believe as you will. They may be divine beings of Aetherius, or they might be mortals given so much power that no one can tell the difference. Regardless, I refuse to follow the Serpent's whims. I will try to rectify some of the harm I helped cause. The creatures appear to be a variety of natural and Daedric beasts, but they teem with magical energy. I suspect they were transformed through some long-lost process, but I have no idea how it was accomplished. Based on my research, yes, I see a definitive correlation between Apex Stones, Nirncrux, Aetherius, and these creatures. I don't have all the answers, but I believe the Needs created these beasts. And they didn't stop there. I have suspicions. Perhaps they were experiments, a way to test processes, or maybe they were an army created to use against the invading Yakudans. Perhaps both are true. Whatever the case, the Needs sealed them away. I believe we must do the same. The Fell Beast? It's a great winged terror. I believe it is a more advanced version, created with a more perfected application of the technique. Unless it was a mistake. Regardless, once I saw this monster, I knew I had to lock it away again. I have always been a scholar. When I joined the Scaled Court, they put my skills to best use and had me study these ancient ruins. I studied carvings, read fragments of manuscripts, examined aged relics, all to learn what I could about the Needs. If we had endless hours and this were a class at the University of Gwylem, I could fill your mind with facts and mysteries, theories and suppositions. But this is ancient Skyreach, and we have mistakes to set right. Another time, friend. I'm here! Do you see? Just outside. The fell beast I told you about. Let me restore these wards before it notices what we're doing. Keep these creatures away from me while I restore the ancient wards! Ward is sealed once more. Stay alert. The other 3 summoning circles are still active. Stay alert. We aren't finished yet.
disagreeable.
You swit!
So far, so good. But we aren't done yet. More of these creatures could appear at any moment. Just keep them away from me a while longer. Keep these creatures away from me while I restore the ancient wards!
big family, you have to know how to scrap. You lead. Don't like your odds.
One ward remains, and then the prisons will be sealed again. Do not falter! Keep these creatures away from me while I restore the ancient wards!
Now I'm going to.
can!
Probably shouldn't have that. Don't like your odds.
Well done! With the wards restored, those creatures should trouble us no more. Take a moment to... Wait! It's aware of our presence. The fell beast approaches! I admit it. I didn't think our mission stood an elf's chance in Orsinium of succeeding. But here we are. Your reputation is rightly deserved. And with any luck, those wards will hold for another 1,000 years. Of course. And I will do what I can to dissuade others from entering this portion of the city again. Perhaps someday we can seal the ruins completely, as the Yakudans tried to do. For now, be content that the wards have bought us time.
Curse these scaled vermin. A wellspring of research beneath our feet, and they're tearing it apart. I wish there was someone around who could stop them. You there. You can't go any further. It's the Scaled Court. They've taken over the ruined city. They're tearing apart Skyreach Hold in their search for more Nerncruxes. Unless, of course, you've come to stop them. really be that fortunate. Yes, Nerncrux, a crimson stone found only in this region. We considered the rare element to be dangerous and worthless, but the Scaled Court calls it the blood of Nirn. They've shown that the power contained within the stone is quite phenomenal. The better question might be, what can't they do? If they locate a large source of Nerncrux and figure out how to use it, well, anything is possible. So tell me, have you come to stop these serpent-loving, thrice-damned nuisances, or what? Thanks to the bravery of people such as you, we scholars can do our own part to make the world a better place. I need to return to Dragonstar. My companions need to know what's happening here. When you find the Scaled Court, show them no mercy. It exists only in Upper Craglorn, as far as I know. The locals call it Red Brittle. They considered it useless until the Scaled Court arrived. I hoped to gather samples to study, but the Scaled Court has devoured every grain it can get its hands on. Some of my colleagues believe that the Needs created the Munda stones and set them in place across Tamriel. They were able to imbue their stonework with ethereal energy, using techniques we can't replicate today. I believe Nerncrux was the key. I believe they rediscovered lost processes and seek more Nerncrux in the ruins. I'm not sure what Nerncrux does, not exactly. But if it utilizes ethereal energy in some way, then the power it provides could be as vast as the stars themselves. This is Skyreach, the greatest of the Needic cities. It proves that the Needs weren't all just simple farmers and uncultured barbarians as the histories would have us believe. The construction is incredible, spanning the entire Dragontail Mountain. No, not since the Yokudan invasion and the fall of the Needs. Skyreach is falling apart, and much of it is unstable. I expect that even the great towers will eventually collapse. Someday, no one will remember that this magnificent place even existed. Legends say the Yokudans found something terrible inside and collapsed many of the passages to bury it. Even today, Redguards claim the place is cursed. I don't believe that, but the Scaled Court's arrival certainly hasn't made the ruins any safer. Oh, you won't find a more twisted bunch in all of Tamriel. They worship the Celestial Serpent. To them, chaos is the process by which the world sheds its diseased skin, so to speak. And the Scaled Court sees itself as the catalyst of this change. The Scaled Court is a nest of thieves and cutthroats. They've come to Skyreach to steal its ancient secrets, including the secret of the primal element Nerncrux. With Nerncrux, I believe the Scaled Court can bolster its power 1,000-fold.
I found it! The source lies deeper inside the ruins. The Needs truly knew more about this element than anyone alive today.
Move to flank!
now I'm going to.
The trolls have proved useful indeed, Akra. But are you sure this taskmaster of yours can keep them at heel?
Zakrak will not disappoint. Just be sure your master remembers his end of the bargain. When all this is over, these lands are ours again, as they should be.
Wait, did you hear that? Ready your spells. We may have some pests to deal with.
Dig, you mongrels, dig! Faster! Faster! Exarch Arnoth requires more of the red brittle, and he'll have it, even if I have to take it out of your hides!
You lead. Keep your guard up until you've got your footing.
useless fools Regent Cassivia has saddled me with. None of them were able to stop you, were they? Very well. Let's test my newfound power. I hold in my hands the power of creation. And what can create can also destroy. Celestials before me, I was mortal, and am now something more. Regent Cassivia be damned! I will provide all the power the Serpent needs. The lifeblood of Nirn flows through me. Immeasurable. Uncontrollable. I am becoming more! Ah! courage. I will not be anchored to it. More. I need more power!
That likes a quick study.